we got a special video here. Make sure you hit me up, Safe Badge Service, OGalmighty_ on Instagram. Now, this is a Nicholas Batum, I think I'm saying his name right, build that a subscriber wanted me to make for him. He requested this. So you see, he doesn't have too much on this build, like just what the NBA gives him, but you know he's a pro, so we're gonna have to juice him up a little bit and actually make him a pro, give him what he really needs. So I'm gonna show y'all his stats right here. He kind of has some cool stats, and I actually make one of his stats actually legitimate, the stand and dunk. We're actually gonna give him that same stat. Now, the person who wanted me to make this build, he didn't want me to go super far into the drive and dunk. He wanted this build to be similar to like my Luka build. If you guys haven't seen that build, he has a 99 layup, just goes crazy with a 99 layup. People think it's like bad. Most people think they need dunk, but you don't. You can even go with a 60, 70 dunk at times and still pull dunks off. Dunks is just about if you're taking the right lane. Sometimes you don't want to dunk if there's a center in the paint with chase down on, because he's going to end up blocking it. And the layup or a Euro step or a hop step is way more valuable. You'll get him to jump, and when he jump, he gets penalized for that. Yeah, they can have pogo stick, but usually when they jump, they're going to be running, chasing you down, so they're doing a chase down animation. And that animation 9 times out of 10 is risky. You got to make sure you're jumping on point, or going to have somebody to help in case you don't get that block, in case he Euro steps, does a little hop step, a gather. There's so many types of different types of layups you can do, you know, that throws people off. Better than a dunk. A dunk, you know they're going up. Sometimes they get in a certain animation that's slow. You get time to chase that down and block it. A layup animation, nice and clean. Even though they can get blocked too, you just could be a little bit more crafty with them. Now, I'm not going to lie with y'all. This is my first time using this metric thing. And I was like, dang, maybe I may have to make it. Maybe I may have to keep this build. Okay, now this is a 6'8" height player. He is actually 6'8" height in real life, so this makes it even better to go for this build. Now, he is kind of like a stretch type of player build. He does finish at the rack though. I watched some highlights and he got that fearless finisher in his bag. He can stand and dunk here and there. He's not no just going off dunker. He usually just wrapping around, shooting off the ball, screens and stuff like that, shooting off the wraps. But guess what? This is 2K, so we're gonna have to make him a little bit better so his player build is actually better, okay? And he actually had good ball handling. He had like a 75 ball handling, so he can handle the rock, right? Overseas, man, them overseas players is nice, okay? Now remember, players are way nicer in real life than the video game. The IQ, everything else just added to them makes them a pro, so you got to understand this. They're just not a pro based off of the stats. There's other stats that take place and other awarenesses that come into play of basketball, okay? So you see where we have it set up here, you see it, this is what you gotta do. Most people know how to make the metric system already. Let's get into the build stats. Now, since he didn't want us to go crazy, we're gonna get on the finishing first. You see how we have a 90 close shot, 92 driving layup, disgusting. In that paint area, finishing with the layups, he's crazy. You see he gets fast twitch, Hall of Fame. Yes, sir. Acrobat, fearless finisher on gold, grace under pressure, gold. And you see he gets other badges like mouse in the house, but since on a 6'8", I don't really run mouse in the house high, so you can prioritize to like slithery, you know, something else that helps him finish for those layups, those contact layups that he's going to be going for, being versatile on this build that people may not expect and sleep on, just like my Luka build. And just in case he wants to finish sometimes, and of course when players add on dunk boost, he'll be able to add that dunk boost onto his driving dunk. Remember, when you're also playing good in the game, the mathematics system, so your stats go up, you'll probably be around like a 70 driving dunk in game, especially when you get takeover. Same for the standing dunk, you'll probably end up getting to the 60s because you added boost on there, so you'll be able to do both of those still when you need to. It's just taking them smarter, you know, not really trying to abuse it, because you know the stats, right? You know your layups is really the things that you want to abuse. And no post control, because you can still go crazy without a lot of those badges. Usually for some of the post control badges, I look at that for bigger players, you know, real bigger players. You can still go crazy with the post control without, right? As long as you got that ball handling and stuff, you good to go. So let's get on to this shooting with this build. 81 mid-range, so in the mid-range he's going crazy, okay? 77 three-pointer. Y'all know my 6'11" has a 75 and I stroke up with him. All you need is hot spots, you're good to go. You have all the badges you need there. A lot of people sleep on silver, bronze, they think it's not worth it. They think having one gold, one Hall of Fame isn't worth it, but trust me. Now look at this. We give him a 70 free throw just so in case he plays the rec, you know, like that, he has a build that can knock down free throws. All right, you throw on clutch shooter, you're good to go. You're gonna knock down those free throws in the end game time, and still with a 70, that's good enough to knock down free throws. Now, balance shooting badges, you see he gets that stop and pop badge. You see he gets that lucky number 7 badge. Hopefully they buff that, and then having gold is more valuable. That would be even more better on his build. Gets blinders on silver, so you know he's protected. Gets that dead eye. Gets hot zone hunter and volume shooter on gold. Sniper Hall of Fame. A build like this, I would definitely run volume shooter, especially playing the rec. Your jump shot is just gonna turn up. You'll be in the 80 balls for both, like the 90s for the mid range and then the 80s for the 3-point, because that volume shooter is gonna be coming in all game on that gold level. All right, same for park. I run volume shooter in the park as well. I still feel like it helps. It expands the green window, especially when you shoot up some shots, especially when you miss. At least you're not going so down to that cold area. When you get that cold ring, you know it affects you even worse. So having that volume shooter helping you, it gets you those extra whites sometimes when needed. Yes sir, yes sir. Now let's get on to the passing. Now he can pass, all right? And remember, these European players, Jokic, all these players that be coming from overseas, they know how to pass. They know that IQ. They have that IQ and awareness in their minds. Now we know how 2K is. He's still gonna be able to move, okay? With the 70 speed with ball, a ball handle with 75, and we had to go with the 88 pass accuracy just so he can get play take. Now he has all the play takes. If we go lower on that passing accuracy, he loses that play take. Okay, you don't get it with the ball handling and the speed with ball in this build. It's more so with the passing aspect of the build. So you see how we get needle thread or gold. He can get what's it called, special delivery, but you could just run that on bronze. You know, that's one of those bronze badges. But bullet passer on gold, definitely he's gonna be zipping stuff through the lane. I would definitely throw bailout on there. I'm gonna show you my badge setup, my little badge setup. Don't worry, it's coming. But he's a playmaker, off rip. He's a playmaker, facilitator. He can move. He's going to be able to stun people with that tight handles, that space creator. He's going to be able to move and dime. So you're not going to be able to sleep on this build, and he can shoot. So it's like, got to pick your poison. Now, look, the interior, we give him a 42 just so he can have a little bit there. Yes, that does matter at times. If you have the extra to put it there, yes, it does. It will give you some animations. It will help you out a little bit more in that paint. Definitely when people are trying to post you up. Now, look at that perimeter defense, 86. Ugh. He could just run clamps with bronze. And you guys got to understand, this is the metric build. This is why I said this build is actually OP. I would just run clamps with bronze, honestly. And that Intimidator Hall of Fame and that Interceptor Hall of Fame, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's OD. And then he gets Rim Protector. It's just OD. It's OD. And then look where I put his block at, a 95 block. It's OD. It's OD. Okay, and then it gets the rebirth points as well. So it was like, oh man, this build is crazy. 90 still. So you really want to play in this man's face? I run pickpocket on bronze. That's all he needs it on this build. So I know he's gonna be watching. All you need on is bronze with the 90 still. LeBron has 81 still. Picking people, plucking people. Did you just watch the last video? Plucking people. Now you have a 90. This is scary. People gonna be scared of you on defense. So if you dress your player up too, just like Nicholas too, they gonna be sleep. They ain't gonna think you really like that. You know, you got him with the placebo effect. Now look, let's look at his speed. Where I got his speeds at. Look, when you get gym rat, you're gonna be speed boosting on people because you already got a 78 acceleration and then you have a 79 speed. So when you get that gym rat, it's over with. You're speed boosting out the gate, off of on people, going crazy. And then look what else did we do. Look what else we did. Strength, 47. We gave him a little bit of strength. So to guards and little babies in the paint, they're not going to be able to do nothing with you. Remember, they have 0 strength. This is how you play the numbers game. They have 0 strength. Even some small forwards and bigger builds got 25 strength. And I will call that like 0 strength. When you start going up to 40, 50 a little bit, you're going to feel that strength difference against other players that don't have high strength. You will. Okay, in the paint area, you will feel it. Then we go to his vertical, 70. So he's jumping up there. So you see he has that rebound chaser. We get that on silver. So he's going to be catching boards on this build because you see the rebound and offensive rebound 70, defensive rebound 81. He's catching boards. So he can be in and out the paint catching boards. He got that speed to run in and out the paint, jump up, catch boards, has the vertical there as well. And then we have an 82 stamina. Come on, man. You know, add that gym right there. You're good to go. You're good to go. You don't need that much. See, with this build and how this player plays, you don't need that much stamina. You don't have to cap it out to the 99. A lot of people do that. You could give your build extra points somewhere else where it'll be beneficial. Now, we made a two-way facilitating finisher. Ooh, we got Manu Ginobili, somebody overseas. Okay. Now look how we got the finishing setup. Acrobat there. Fast twitch on bronze. This build we will just give it to him on bronze because this is going to be more of the Euro steps. Hop steps in the paint. He has slithery there. Unstrippable, you definitely need that on. Grace under pressure, at least on bronze. That's going to help you get some more layups there. You see we got that limitless takeoff there. And then fearless finisher on silver. You have a high close shot, so you can still do teardroppers, so don't worry about that. Without the but ultimately he can choose what he wants. This is just my little setup that I will run. I still will switch it up. This build has so much different options. It's just like I don't know what to go with right yet until I can use it. But you see right here for the shooting, I had to throw that rhythm shooter in there because that's actually a good badge. He's gonna be able to do some escapes and shoot on people. This build is crazy. This build is crazy. Volume shooter at least on silver, so we're getting those boosts. Lucky number 7, green machine, dead eye bronze, catch and shoot bronze, stop and pop silver, blinders silver, so they can't come into play with you. And then you got that rhythm shooter, so if you want to do escape and then shoot real quick, easy, clean. Yes. This build has so much options, and he could even change it up. Take volume shooter off and go with fade ace if he wants to fade, if he wants to add that to the. But I'm kind of setting the badges up like how I do with my other builds, based off of the IRL playstyle that I've seen from watching some highlights of this guy. All right. So now I put on bailout, dimer, glue hands, special delivery, unpluckable on silver, tight handles, first quick step. You see we got downhill at least on bronze, needle threader, space creator, and triple threat juke. Okay. Then we also have bullet passer on gold. So you see he gets a nice little spread as well on the playmaking, and he can have so much different options to choose from depending on how he actually wants to play with this play style. But since he has such of this high playmaking, he's gonna be able to use that first quick step to get past people with that tight handles. He's gonna get some dribble moves, right? And then he has that gold bullet passer. So any type of little extra help, he can pass the ball fast and get himself out of trouble. He can throw a oop really quick. Then he has dimer, which is going to help him. So let's say if he wants to do a Euro step as well, you go to the rack and you do a Euro step. You have bailout to get yourself out of trouble mid-air if you're realizing like, this isn't it. He's going to block this one. You have to have that awareness as well when you're playing, when you want to become a layup king and just use layups only, and just use the layup style. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, the layup style is actually OP in the game, because when you can bail out of it and stuff like that, it's way cleaner, trust me, than dunks. It's way cleaner, trust me. Now this defensive setup gets lethal, man. It's just crazy. Interceptor on Hall of Fame is crazy. Intimidator on Hall of Fame is crazy. And I had to go with rim protector on gold, man. He gets rebound chaser on silver, so he can go for boards. Then we can knock down that clamps honestly and go to bronze, because he has an 86 perimeter. And we can throw it to Menace. Menace is actually a good badge. People sleep on it. It reduces their speed. It reduces everything. Once you can stay in front of their faces and get those contact animations. Clamps on bronze is good. Clamps on silver is good. And it's good on gold. It's just a good badge in general for helping you get those forced pickup animations. Some people can get pickup animations without clamps. I do it on my KD build. I have a defensive tutorial coming soon proving that. So understand these badges are just like extra help. That's how you gotta look at it. Then you got chase down artist on bronze. He already has a 95 block, so he's good to go with that. It's crazy. Remember that steal he has? Pickpocket? Yeah, 90 steal. Yeah, it's crazy. This build is gonna be crazy when he plays on and really gets into that defensive aspect with this build. Now I didn't do this for free because I know a lot of people will hit me up, but this is my first metric build, okay? Made it for a subscriber. He likes the build, and I like the build. This is OP. I see why people make it now. Hey, make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, positive vibe.